In the early mornings of the 5th of February 1995, a very lovely lady named Margaret was rushing to work when she booked a regular taxi driver, a man named Lazarus Mazingane, to take her to work. Around 7 hours, the two went off going for work in Nasrec, Johannesburg. Since Margaret was rushing for work and Lazarus knew that going to Margaret's work would take them about 40 to 1 hour of driving, so he suggested that they can maybe use the shortcut so that she arrives at work on time rather than she gets late. That's how these two did not pass the route that they've always been passing. They used the shortcut that Lazarus had suggested. That same day, Margaret did not arrive for work. In fact, she totally went missing. What had actually happened is that Lazarus, instead of reaching her work, he took her to a hidden place in the ghetto where he sexually assaulted her, robbed her, took her underwear, stuffed it in the mouth so that she's unable to scream for help, then sexually assaulted her, used her bra to strangle her around the neck, and dumped her dead body in the forest. Now, no one knew about this. Margaret went missing. People had been looking for her. 5 days later, got booked by another person named Lucy. She's also a regular customer to Lazarus. She gets on his taxi most of the times when she's going wherever she wants to go. When Lazarus took Lucy, he lied to her that he's forgot his jumper and it's getting cold. He would like to pass at his home and he gets his jumper jacket so that he keeps himself warm because it was getting cold. Lucy believed Lazarus, so the two went to his house. At his house, instead of him just getting his jumper, he grabbed a gun and pointed it at Lucy. He told her that, "Don't dare to scream because I'm going to shoot you and you'll die right here in my yard. No one will even hear you or the gunshot. So don't you dare to scream because you will die for no reason." He also used her underwear to tie her hands and legs. Then he took her to the forest where he sexually assaulted her. He proceeded to beat her up and poured diesel all over her body. She was still alive, still conscious, as she was getting bathed in so much diesel. After he finished it, he even took her matches and light her up as she's still alive. That's how she began burning alive, and she was normal. Weeks later, he went on just like that, clearing all his female customers. The people that really trusted him, they are the people that he went for because they became easy targets when they got in his taxi. They have been in his taxi multiple times and they have associated his taxi with safety. More weeks had passed. He got booked by a couple. The wife was in a wheelchair and the husband, he was the only one who was physically fit. As they were on the way, he faked a breakdown in the middle of the road with these people's goods in his back trunk. They had to stop and he pretended to go outside so that he checks for the breakdown. As he was outside, he called for the husband to come out of the car so that he comes and help him out. The husband was physically fit. He left his wife inside Lazarus' taxi, walked outside where he can help Lazarus. Lazarus ended up just pointing a gun at this husband and shooting him multiple times, fell to the ground and instantly died. That's how he just dragged this man's body just alongside the road. The wife who remained in the car, she became very scared this time. That's how he took her to the nearby forest. If you want to finish the entire story, please make sure you join our upcoming private Telegram and WhatsApp group.